So this is the first type of video that I've done on this type of shit, but there's this dude named Alan Holman. Okay, now at first glance, I thought, he seemed like just, some average looking dude. I mean, that's what a lot of people think of me too until I get a hold of him. And he talks like he's from Fargo. I love how he talks. I love people that have that accent. You would have no clue the people who have beat the absolute dog shit out of me. There was a motherfucker that wore a goddamn fanny pack at jiu-jitsu that giggled the whole time at the last competition. I'd never trained with him before. Motherfucker beat the shit out of me. The dude with the fanny pack. I mean, it could be some dude with skinny jeans and a fanny pack that will beat the dog shit out of you, and you don't know it. You don't know. I mean, it just takes a little bit of training. When I was in prison, I was not some super expert on shit. People thought I was. Pinto still thinks that I was. Won't hear no different. And I did have a couple little moments, mainly of luck. Like I had this one where he trying to start some stuff with me, and I took one foot on a chair, and he talks about it in the video, and I jumped up and I did a spinning rear naked choke, but that was mostly luck. I couldn't do that if I tried again 200 times. But anyhow, this Alan fella, he's got like a sense of right and wrong. He sees things as, acceptable and unacceptable. I get that. I do the same type of thing. And, he's invited people to street beefs. He's invited people to fight at a gym, at an MMA gym, everything else. And I mean, he's been bitching some people down. It's been a handful of people he's done this to. And, I get it because, my fiance, before she got with me, years back, over a decade ago, there's this guy who was unspeakable abuser. I've offered him $2,000 if he can whoop me. Nothing if I whoop him. And I've offered him $500 or $1,000 if he'd step in, let it padlock be put on it, and just let it play out. It's avoided me for 5 years, and I mean, I'm pretty desperate for it. I made him a promise, my family a promise I wouldn't do nothing outside of it, and I mentioned him on here, which guarantees I won't do nothing, because, I ain't that stupid. But anyhow, Alan, I've got some respect for what he's doing. It's a little bit different. He's not a part of, he hasn't been to prison, but he's become like a part of this community. It's an odd community, I say it's an odd community, but in the group of people that I've gone on lives with, Vegas Prison Stories, Big Weavy, a handful of other people, some of the most supportive people that will bring you up on the planet. I mean, seriously, I know it sounds a little bit odd because it's prison YouTube, and you wouldn't guess that. But I know me personally, the people in my comment sections, incredible. Anthony Verichelli being one of them. Hadn't heard from him in a couple days. I'm worried to death about him. Big Weavy, he's sounds like he might be in the hospital right now. I got a text message from him, and I'm worried about him too. But Anthony Verichelli, hadn't heard from him at all, and that worries me. I mean, he's somebody who would spend time writing a book to somebody who was having a bad day. And I mean, people like that are few and far between, and sometimes that's all it takes is somebody to listen. Like one, talking about Alan though, been overseas, he's fought for the country, everything else. I mean, it's an honorable dude. I mean, seriously. I don't know, it just the style of, you want to do something about it, show up. And then, everybody's like, I'll get my. That is the most bitch thing you could ever say in your life. Scared ass motherfuckers. Okay. Let's say you do get your. And you do. First off, if you said it on YouTube, you're fucking touched. You're simple. You're a little bit slow. And, some of these people on here, we can't all be the brightest. So, I mean, we'll give that one to you. But once you go to prison for doing such, should you actually follow through with it, which it's mostly paper gangsters just running out there, talking out their ass, what are you going to do then? What the fuck are you going to do then? They don't have them there. You can't keep using that forever. I mean, you've got that one opportunity to use that as an excuse. But after that, shit. You're going to have to learn how to fight at some point. And, I mean, shoot, if all these people are as hard as they claim they are, and everything else, and, I mean, he talks like he's from Fargo. I mean, that can't be hard, right? Right? Some people just do not understand. They have not trained. They have not been around these people. They do not know the savage killers that lurk among us, that wear skinny jeans and a fanny pack, that will hold them down and do whatever they want to them, that will kick them in their head. Amazes me. But anyway, different people in this type of thing and everything else, and some people are controversial. But regardless of what you think of him, regardless of what you think about what he's doing, what he said, this, blah, blah, fucking that, you cannot disagree with me that this guy saying he will show up and he will fight you, it is not something to be respected. That is something I respect tremendously. That is a bad motherfucker. That Fargo talking motherfucker will show up, and yeah, he's been lurking in the dark doing shit before, and that's why they're scared of him. They know. They know. There's just enough they know to know. Like Wu-Tang Clan, Alan Holman might not be something to fuck with. So anyway, got some respect for the guy. Randomly showed up in my comments and he said something and I responded, and then I was like, hold on, wait a minute. And then I went back and I clicked on it and I was like, oh shit, that's Alan. And, we spoke a little bit there, but figured I'd just give my opinion on the motherfucking thing. There's so many people that claim this is the ultimate pussy ass excuse of people that are scared as a bitch, okay? I'm a dork. I'm a dork that holds a motherfucking grudge. Okay, I was skinny as hell. I spent that year in jail. Then I got out and I spent 4 hours a day, 6 days a week learning to fight. So then I didn't have to take shit ever again. And since I've been out, I've been training obsessively twice a day for the majority of the last 5 years. 2 to 3 hours each time, 5 to 6 hours a day. So I didn't have to take shit. Okay? So, and I've told people I told them I'll come in lightweight. And, they still know, they already know what's going to happen. I mean, it's kind of arrogant to think that somebody who has taken down so many people in competition that, oh, I just won't let them take me down. Okay, if I'm taking people down in competition that have trained countless hours to not be taken down, you just won't let them take me down. You're right, I'm just a bitch. I just talk funny, I act funny, I'm a weird motherfucker, and you got that. But you can't whoop my ass. And, so I got respect for Alan. I'll just go ahead and say that. He's doing something different. He's kind of an outsider that's on the inside. And, it's different what he's doing. I respect what he's doing because, he stands for the little guy. He stands for the person that's being bullied that can't speak up for themselves. And, I respect that. I've done that that's most what I've been in trouble for my entire life. So anyway, it's just something I've been thinking about, It's an odd how he's come about with this thing, but, I hope he doesn't go away. Shit, I love it. I love it. I know it's odd and everything. I ain't kept up with him here recently, but, with what all else, I know it's just been the one person who he's been involved with and everything, but, I hope he goes on and moves on to bigger and better things fucking with different people because, shit, I like what he's doing. There are certain people that just prey upon other people, and they need to be fucked with. They need to be called down. They need to be put in their place. And what ultimate form of bitch can you make somebody look like by saying, meet me at this place and fight me? And that person saying no. So, anyway, that's it for this one. Been dealing with some like a kidney infection or something. It's either that or my spinal, like Mike Tyson or something like that. I mean, if somebody got an issue with me, I'll still show up and I'll still beat your fucking ass. So, I mean, go ahead and goddamn try my ass, motherfucker, if you think that shit's gonna stop me. So go ahead. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of a health issue right now. It's causing me a little bit of pain. But go ahead and think I'm a bitch. So, call it. Ask me. I dare you. Anyway, it's a little bit different from typical. I apologize. Been in a little bit of pain. Been a little behind on the comments. Tried to catch up on them today. But, yeah. Alan and Zebby, who I guess, I think they got something, it's, a lot of time they got mutual, lives and stuff together. He seems like a cool dude, too. And shit, from what I understand, I don't believe he's been to prison, but he's been to county jail a good number of times. People think if you ain't been in prison, that'll make you hard. Man, most people I knew been in prison, could not fucking fight. They could not fucking fight. They look bad as shit. The baddest thing about them is their goddamn breath. And I'm gonna go ahead and fucking tell you that. Bad motherfuckers, tattooed to the muscle bone, do not know how to fight. Most of them. There's some people can fight their ass off, but the most of them, 5 punches, ends in a standing clinch. Both people end up gassed out a minute later. A quarter of the time from the standing clinch, it ends up going to the ground. I know because I have a notebook in which I took a note of every fight I witnessed. I didn't write down the names in case anybody ever got it, but I wrote down what happened in every single fight that I saw, and I analyzed it because I knew I'd be doing this shit when I got out. And yeah, I'm obsessed with fighting. I like it. Fun. Got a country accent. I'm not country, but family's from the country. We moved out to Roanoke. Had to slave for Tennessee watch. That's when I was little. I think it's where the accent comes from. But maybe it's country heritage or whatever. Shit, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up.